Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. Well, today I'm going to talk about two things. One, the United Healthcare CEO, and something called the law of unintended consequences. Okay? First, I'm going to say I am extremely disappointed in humanity. Whether it's school shooters or, now the CEO of United Healthcare was gunned down in broad daylight. And I've seen all these really disturbing videos, TikToks, whatever, that are people making jokes and laughing, and it's just very disappointing, very disheartening in humanity for people that are doing that. And this guy, husband, father, successful CEO businessman, he was doing his job, making money. Was he a bad guy? Sure. Did his wife and kids live in a different state? While, he had a house, a big 5-bedroom house as his playpen to do whatever? Sure. Didn't mean that people should be making fun of that or cracking jokes. But I thought about it, and as disturbing as it is, I thought, you know what? That sounds extremely familiar. Who else is a husband, father, wife and kids live in a different state, successful CEO businessman? Oh, the guy you voted for, Lord Voldemort. He fits this description. He fits the description. One gets shot, the other gets shot at. People are upset that one got shot at. People make fun that this other one was gunned down. You don't think these things through, man. You don't think these things through, MAGA. And it's very disturbing and very disappointing. Okay? Can't say I'm surprised, but it's another reason why I don't trust MAGA folks very much. How they switch up. Okay? They only care about the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay? And it's just very disturbing. Back in March, the Republican Congresspeople, senators, they voted against a green bill, for solar energy and things like that, renewable energy sources. But now all of a sudden, 6-7 months later, that Elon Musk is going to be part of the administration, now all of a sudden, renewable energy is okay because Elon Musk makes the batteries for solar and wind power things. Now it's okay. Only 12% of Republicans were okay with renewable energy back in March. You want to guess what that percentage is now that are okay with it? Oh, it's around 89% of them are okay with it now. Law of unintended consequences. All those folks that were so against renewable energy because of the gas and oil companies, well, guess what? Well, now Elon Musk is part of the administration, so, oh well, all the things that you were complaining about are about to come true. Law of unintended consequences. Don't think these things through. Some people call it karma, and how do you define karma? Is it what goes around comes around, or when you do something bad is going to happen to you, or however you want to define it? Scientifically, it's called the law of unintended consequences. Same thing. That's karma. Okay? So Elon Musk, he said something about going to Mars or the moon, and you know what, we'll just terraform it and we'll make it habitable for humans in the future. But wait a second. Why are you trying to terraform Mars or the moon instead of just cleaning up the planet that we're on right now? How does that not even compute? Like, pay attention to these folks, man. Pay attention to them. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a quick history lesson about the law of unintended consequences. We've all heard of the Great Depression. There's probably no viewers that watch my videos that actually lived through it, but we all have a general idea of what happened. There was a stock market crash. The banks, crashed, and everybody that had savings, investments, whatever, wiped out. Money gone. Law of unintended consequences. Do you know why and how black people made it through the Great Depression pretty much like they were okay? It's because back then in the 20s, 30s, black people weren't allowed to use banks. So they didn't have their money in the banks when the stock market crashed. Oops. Law of unintended consequences. Karma. However you want to say it. Okay? Now, that leads me to my last point. Do you remember not too long ago how badly and how much MAGA folks raged against upping the minimum wage? Like, no, we can't do that, because if we do, it's going to cost businesses more money. They're going to raise their prices, et cetera, et cetera. All right, I understood the argument. I didn't agree with it, but I understood the argument. Law of unintended consequences. Did you know that the hospitality industry, and I mean, people that do your dishes, change your sheets, do all those things in a hotel, that's 20% hospitality industry? Do you know that 60% of the construction industry are immigrants, whether they're illegal or legal? 20% of hospitality, 60% of construction. So when all of these people get deported, here comes that law of unintended consequences. What do you think is going to happen to those industries? Do you think all of a sudden they're going to hire all the white people that were saying they're taking our jobs? Okay, let's say they do. Do you think they're going to work for the same amount of money under the table, or are they going to want regular or higher wages? So let's get this straight. 20% or 60%, those are just two industries that I brought up. So let's just say construction. 60% of construction, are immigrants in one way or another. So now you've got to replace 60% of your workforce. Where's that money going to come from? Oh, they're going to have to pay them $20, $30 an hour, where those other folks were working for $10 or $15 an hour. So now all of a sudden, 60% of your workforce has just gotten a raise. Law of unintended consequences. What do you think is going to happen to prices? That's what you guys were complaining about all this time. Don't give them raises because prices are going to go up. Well, now you're going to have to pay workers more than what you've been paying them. Don't think these things through. Law of unintended consequences. See how that works? See how, just do the math? Are the wheels turning in your head now? Well, I tell you what, man. That's the difference between me and MAGA folks. We hear different things because we're listening for different things. Okay? Y'all talk about Joe Biden pardoning his son. Do you know that during Trump's first term, he pardoned over 20, 30-something people, drug traffickers, premeditated murder, a bank robber, even somebody that was convicted of illegal voting that voted for him. These are people he pardoned. Oh, wait, but Joe Biden pardoned his son. That's true. But Trump did pardon his son-in-law's dad. Jared Kushner's dad got pardoned by Trump. Oh, the hypocrisy continues, okay? Y'all voted for this dude. Y'all voted for this businessman, this successful CEO who has a wife and kids that live in a different state, who doesn't care about poor and middle-class people. United Healthcare, oh, contractor, you had an accident on the job? Well, you know what? I'm going to deny that claim. F you, I'm not paying you. Trump, that contractor working on his property, oh, I don't like the work that you did. F you, I'm not going to pay you. Y'all don't hear me though. This is what y'all voted for. You know, this is what y'all voted for. Anyway, hopefully you got my point and you understood it. You should never, karma or the law of unintended consequences, you should never make fun of or talk about somebody who lost their life tragically. It's not up to me to judge whether or not they deserved it or not. I would never say something like that because karma. Okay, it's just not the right thing to do. It's not a Christian thing to do. Okay. Anyway, that's my video, and you guys have a good afternoon.